Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique. It's a new year, and you know what we need to do is get into the Valentine's Day experience. For this week, we're going to make this fun and super simple mesh wreath. You can use this for any time of the year. Just substitute different colors, ribbons, and a sign. But this will be a great wreath recipe to have on hand. So let's get started. This particular wreath, we're going to use 2 rolls of mesh, and I chose black poly burlap, and I'm using my wood burner. If you've been following me any length of time, you know about the wood burner. This is cutting on a glass cutting mat that I have, and we're cutting all of this mesh at 15 inches each. Then I got this really pretty white and red mesh from the Wreath Shop. I will list everything that I use from the Wreath Shop down below in the description box so that you can pick out what you want. Now, this is the wreath frame. It's a 16-inch wreath frame, and we are going to use this to put our wreath together. Particular wreath, we're going to focus on the 2 middle bars for all of our wreath, and we're going to do a simple curl method. We're going to curl the 2 pieces of mesh together and then just gather it. So there's not a whole lot of work here. So you're going to hold one with your left hand, but you could also get out your Pro Bow, the 4-in-1, and hold it there too. We're going to stack the red and white over top of the black. Now keep in mind that you can do this with any style of 10-inch mesh. You could do this for spring, summer, Halloween, fall, Christmas. So we're just going to twist it, and that's where we're going to start. So I started on the 2nd wire, so now I'm going to go up to that 3rd wire. So we are just going to go back and forth. So I just put my pipe cleaner on. If you like zip ties better, go right ahead and use the zip tie. Again, we're just going to do the curl method, curl side up. We're going to roll it underneath till they meet each other, and then just do a simple gather, like a little pinch. At this point, we're going to do another red and white one, and you're just going to go around the wreath until it's all full. Now, I did have a couple extra pieces of the red and white that we'll add to the wreath in a moment, but just keep going back and forth between the 2nd wire and the 3rd wire, and just kind of twist really good, because we're going to use those Chenille stems for ribbon here in a little bit. But I also wanted to show you how you could use your Pro Bow, the 4-in-1, because we're going to use this a little later on to make the bow for our wreath, but it might make it a little bit easier for you guys to handle, and then just put it on your wreath. Now, I think that this method is just super simple, just a simple curl technique. If you needed to cut your mesh a little bit smaller, you could, but I really liked the 15-inch, gave me a little bit more versatility. And this is a great type of project if you have like a half a roll of mesh that you could use like 4 different colors, right? And make it really pretty and just have fun with it. But just get your whole wreath together, and you're going to come back and I'm going to show you the next step, which is to put our sign together. And guys, this is super simple. So if you've wanted to make a wreath, don't be afraid. Do it. Try it. Give it a try. What do you have to lose? I also find that just using a wreath form, 2 rolls of mesh, and a sign and ribbon, it's pretty economical too. So at this point, we're going to take our sign and get it prepped for our wreath. So I'm going to cut off the back thread there, or rope, or whatever you want to call it, because we're really not going to need it. But I'm going to take 2 zip ties, and I'm going to staple them on with my favorite staple gun that is actually electric. It's awesome. But here's the thing I don't want you to do. I'm going to show you here in a moment. Oh, it came through the sign just ever so little bit. Don't do what I did. I'll grab a popsicle stick for the next one, and this will make it a little bit higher, and it works so much better. I find popsicle sticks are just more than just for popsicles. All right, so there we go. We got that to work. And then I'm just going to take my glue gun and add a little bit of glue over both of the staples just to secure it even more. Okay, so once you let that glue dry, it's time to attach our sign to our wreath. Now, I'm going to put it between the 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock mark if you were looking at a clock. And I really do like using the zip ties for this. I feel like it just really adds a little bit extra security. Now, I don't pull my zip tie all the way through so that it, smashes the sign into your wreath. We don't want that. But we do want it to be secured, all right? And at this point, it's just really nice using these frames that I get from the Wreath Shop. I know a lot of people like Dollar Tree frames, but if you want something that's sturdy and that's going to withhold the test of time, these are the frames you want to get. It would be really difficult to break these frames. So now that my sign is on, I noticed that I have a few little spots. And so I had 3 pieces of mesh left of the red and white, and I thought I'm just going to make a few curls, add a chenille stem in the middle, and then attach it to the middle of the wreath. So you might as well use all that mesh, right? Because honestly, guys, I would just throw this mesh away, and I don't want to throw the mesh away because I can't make another wreath with it. And if you're like me, you have dealt with, like, what do I do with all the leftover stuff? Well, this is what you do. You're going to fill up that wreath. You're going to make sure she's nice and full and ready to be amazing on your front door. Or maybe you want to sell this. You guys, I started off by being a wreath maker. I didn't start off on YouTube. I started off making wreaths and selling them. And if you need to sell wreaths, you really need to be following me, especially over on Facebook. And you need to find out more about Julie's Biz Boutique. I teach people like you all the time how to sell their products. Now we're going to change gears here, and now we're going to make a bow. Now we're going to use the Pro Bow 4-in-1. This is probably one of the most simple ways to use a bow maker. It's very versatile, and it does more than just one thing, which is making bows. We're going to start off with the 6-inch loops, and we're going to do, I think we did 3 of these on each side. And this is just a simple layered bow look. And when you get it all together and it's all done, it's going to look fabulous. And it doesn't take much time at all. Now, I did not speed up this because I wanted you to see how fast it was really in real time to make a bow. Now, one of the things that I like to do is I put the wire on the bow maker in between the 2 dowels there first. And then you can do one of 2 things right there. I flipped my ribbon, or you can flip your ribbon before you put it down in between the bows or the dowels like I just did. So we did 3 loops of 6 inches on each side. And then all we do is we're going to cut this ribbon, and then we're going to start with the next ribbon. Notice we're only using 1 Valentine's inspired ribbon. And that's what's fun about Valentine's Day is you don't have to do a lot of hearts. Our sign and this 1 ribbon is all we use that was really Valentine's Day. So now we're going to do 5 inches on each side, and we're going to do, let's see, I'm going to look at the wreath right now. Yep, we did 3 loops. And I do tend to twist that ribbon before I go down in the dowel. See what I'm doing right here? That's what I do. Or you can put it down into the dowel and then twist it. The important thing is to make sure that the right side of the ribbon is facing the right direction. And I had my ribbon, spool in the wrong direction over there, so I had to change it. So that's okay. We work with it, right? And so we did 3 loops on each side, but I hope you guys have had a wonderful start to 2025. I'm pretty excited about this year. As this is being released, I'm on a trip and doing something pretty exciting that I'm really excited to do. But I hope 2025 is a good year for you. So we're going to end that, and we're going to get out another ribbon. Now, so we started off with a 2.5-inch ribbon, then went to a 1.5-inch ribbon, and this, I believe, is either a 7/8 or a 1-inch wide ribbon. Now, all of this ribbon has wire in it. I feel like that's really important to tell you. I found the 4-inch mark there, and that's what we're going to do for the loops. Now, we only did 2 loops. The wreath is to the left of me, so I'm looking back to see it. But in 2024, I pretty much started doing these voiceovers for all these videos. So we do it a little bit different. But I hope you guys are ready to learn a lot this year. And I'm ready to teach you a lot. I really want to learn new things. Do you want to learn new things? Because I want to learn new things. So we're going to do 2 loops on each side here, and then we will be done. It's pretty simple and pretty straightforward. If you want to learn how to use, I have a special bow video for the bow makers. I'll list that down below too. Maybe leave a card up here and you can watch that. Now, this is where we take our wire and we're going to pull it up and bring it down, cross it over, and this is where we're going to tighten up the ribbon and come out of the bow maker. Now, I'm not even going to fluff this bow until it's on the wreath. So I'm going to twist it really good, and then we're going to put it on our wreath. It's pretty simple. Then we're going to put this one around the 11 o'clock, maybe 11:30, not quite noon, on the wreath. So when you look at your wreath, think of a clock and where the hands would be. So I would say this is more at 11 o'clock. And then we're going to angle this just a little bit. I'm going to show you how we're going to twist it on the back. And then you're just going to tuck those wires right into the wreath. Nobody's going to see it. And it just makes for a neater wreath. So I really think that this is so cute. I love the ribbon. And again, there's only one Valentine's ribbon in here and only one Valentine's wreath, sign. So I really liked working with this. I think it's really easy and simple to do. And so you're just going to go through and use your fingers in between the bows and just kind of move everything apart. Now, I'm going to cut all these ribbons, and I don't need them to be exact. I really don't. I'm just going to do it at different angles. We didn't dovetail these, but at the end here, I'm just going to go through, and I like the motion of taking two fingers and just rubbing it through the ribbon like that, like running it down the ribbon, and I just feel like it gives it a nice little look. Now, the last thing we're going to do, again, I said that this was going to be an inexpensive wreath to make because we're only using 2 rolls of mesh, 1 wreath form, of course, 1 sign of your choice, and then 3 ribbons. That's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 2 of the ribbons. We're not going to use the short red ribbon, and we're going to cut it at 10 inches each, and then we're going to dovetail these. I love these scissors. If you do not have these scissors, please get you some. I sell them in my storefront on Amazon. I don't sell them. I shouldn't say I sell them. I have a storefront on Amazon and Walmart, and they sell them at both places. And you guys are the ones that recommended it. So what we did is we just layered our ribbons, and then I found a spot where some of that Chenille stem was showing, and then we're going to put it right there and then just rub our fingers over it as well. So again, you're going to take 1 red and black with 1 Valentine's one over top of it, and then just you're going to gather it and you're going to have 4 ribbon totals. But then I forgot, if you have the Pro Bow 4-in-1, you can use this to cut your ribbon. It has that 10-inch mark. You just flip the bow maker on the other side, and it makes it really super simple. I did this for the rest of the ribbons because I did about 8 or 9 of these because I wanted it to be really, really full. So what you do is take those ribbons and you're going to dovetail them and add the little ones as well. And I think that this turned out quickly. And yes, I'm going really fast. This is pretty fast. So listen, if you watched all the way through this video, would you leave me some sort of heart in the comments below? Let me know what you want to see at the end of the year or throughout the year. So I had one more thing that I did with the Chenille stem, and then I put it on the side here because I wanted to make sure that that one didn't get covered up by the sign. So that's another little tip you can do too if you don't have a bunch of Chenille stems left over from putting your mesh on. But I think this turned out super cute, and I hope you will make this too. I hope you love how this wreath turned out. Now, remember, this is a wreath recipe. If you don't want to do Valentine's Day, maybe you do it for Christmas or Easter or St. Patrick's Day and just change out a sign. Go over to the wreath shop and find their stuff. They have amazing things to pick out. I'll leave my links below. Go shop, have fun, and let's be creative this year. We'll see you next Sunday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye-bye.